What's up, guys? What's up? So, let's talk. Because obviously I didn't leave yet. But, some friends on YouTube and some in real life friends and stuff like that have been really making me rethink some things. And, maybe just an approach on some things. So, let's take a slight journey together. Let's take a slight journey together. Look at my hair, guys. Like, isn't this ridiculous? Like, I don't even know what to do with it half the time. Like, it's just ridiculous. Like, I just want to wear a hat just all the time. But anyway, I appreciate the people that are being supportive lately and through the problems and stuff. So, what I wanted to do with you guys today is possibly just discuss the future and, give me a reason. Do you guys like what you see? Like, do you like the content? What do you want to see? Things like that. Now, the reason that I came to you today wearing this and everything is because today I wanted to talk a bit more about martial arts because Cookie Dough inspired me to get back into maybe, putting out some content for that, because I really appreciate just all the positive feedback and stuff that you guys don't want me to go. And that's why I started the beginning of this, show you guys my training floor and where I still have it outside. I mean, I still have it. I just gotta, honestly, I do gotta clean it, but I swept it. So, I thought about maybe we could do some stuff with staff. So what I was gonna do is maybe just head out with you guys. I'm putting the workout shoes on. These are my gym shoes. I'm gonna head out and grab a drink with you guys, grab a protein of some kind, and we're gonna come back and maybe work some staff stuff and just talk about what you guys want to see. If maybe you want to see more martial arts content, I don't know. But I also want to talk a little bit about why I haven't done that, some issues with that, with doing martial arts content, what could happen, what people are gonna, what problems people are gonna, stir up and things like that. I just wanted to talk to you guys a bit about that, and also for the people who are also doing it too, and just give them a heads up about it too and stuff like that, because I love to see other martial artists, doing what they love to do, and then learning from that, and then learning from me. There's always a mutual exchange of knowledge with everything. You know, even the smallest minute detail, you know, could be something that you never heard before, never thought about it that way before, something like that. And a lot of martial arts these days is very one-dimensional. Okay. A lot of these is one-dimensional, where like people think in terms of how do I do this technique, or how do I do this particular maneuver, or something like that, instead of thinking about it like, well, why am I doing that? Who's attacking me and how are they attacking me? You know, and then how do I get into this too? So, you know, obviously when I taught martial arts, it was everything. You know, people came in wanting to learn, you know, animals. They wanted to learn weapons. They wanted to learn the like traditional whole thing. They wanted to learn kickboxing. They wanted to learn self-defense. They wanted to learn Tai Chi. They wanted to learn this, that, the other thing. So I really had to, you know, be that instructor and that person that had the ability to just separate, you know, this or that entire thing from the Chinese Kung Fu, the traditional martial arts. And that's sort of what a good instructor should be able to do anyway. Man, I need this bright. So anyway, that's what a good, you know, like instructor should do anyway. But yeah, we're gonna go out and we're gonna get a drink and maybe talk about some stuff. The reason I wanted to get on, and specifically now, like I said at the beginning, is just because, you know, talking in comments on that video that Cookie Dough had, that, you know, that we reacted to one of them too. You know, just sort of got me thinking about it again. So like, I appreciate, you know, the positivity and all that, because it got me remembering that, you know, it's what's important, you know, like what I enjoy about life sometimes versus what is easy to do, if that makes sense. You know, like what, so like when we all go through our struggles in life and our individual challenges, I feel like we have this yearning to sort of just want to give up, kind of, and want to accept, all right, you know, this is what I have to do, because you know, I have this, or there's this, you know, crutch, basically, you know. Now there are some physical limitations with certain things, but that doesn't mean that like I can't do martial arts, you know. And that's sort of what I wanted to maybe at least give it a shot. I didn't ever want to get on here and talk about my problems. You know, that was never something I wanted to do. Like I said, guys, I never also wanted to get on, you know, YouTube and create a whole culture while yelling at the screen about problems. But, you know, like, these things are just happening constantly all the time, you know. And so, you know, the patience wears thin when what you're trying to do is build something, you know, and it's just not going anywhere. So, and you know, you can see the pattern as to why, you know, so that becomes very frustrating, and you sort of just don't want to deal with it. But, you know, at the same time, what is this? Oh, okay. Sorry, it's just somebody was driving on the side of the road, and I had to figure out why. Anyway, where was I? What was I getting into? The point that I was the point that I think that, like, I was heading toward there, just basically, I would love to have that other thing in life again, where I feel like instead of meeting a damn brick wall that I can do absolutely nothing about, if that makes sense. Like a brick wall that I can do nothing about. Instead picking something that I have always broke through those walls on a personal level and just tackled and just went, nope, I don't care what my personal limitations are. I'm going to break through this anyway. I could do that with martial arts, where it was the sort of thing where I was a really tall, lanky guy. It was hard for me at first. It wasn't the easiest thing, and the funny thing is, the people that I taught always thought that I was so good that it came natural to me. And it's like, no, that was actually just practice. I got that good at it. So like, that's the point, is I always broke through those walls and gave the effort and put the time in. But with martial arts, I actually got something out of it. And with this channel, with gaming and stuff like that, nothing. And like, I invest, like, there's been money and time and actual, like, real life invested in this, because all that stress and stuff, there's been times where it's affected weight loss and things like that, and I don't ever want to talk about that stuff, but it's like, I need to talk about it, because stress can affect how you are as a person. It can affect everything. It can affect your whole body chemistry, and it can affect you. And so I once again, didn't want to talk about, like, health problems and stuff like that, but, as you guys know, as you can tell, I don't have the best teeth. And this is something that, like, has always been an issue. The dental field in the United States has been separated from the medical field. It's very expensive to do things. I guess a lot of people grow up with fluoride in their water and stuff like that. I did not. Grew up with soft teeth, where a dentist just always wanted to grind all my teeth down and put a crown on. Didn't ever want to give me anything permanent. Always had all this sort of decay and just bad stuff going on in the mouth. And this leads to other issues. So basically, like, that's with my singing. I got to a certain point with that where I was so good, and then the teeth, the throat. A plus B equals C. Do you guys get what I'm saying? So, I got to a certain point where acid reflux started to become a thing. Yeah, just something that just happened out of nowhere that I never had before. And it just happened. It happened because of all the, I brush my teeth 3 times a day, believe it or not. It probably sounds like an exaggeration. It's not. I'll sit there, like, I'm sure you guys have seen me with the little flossers before. I'll sit there actually while I'm eating and pick things out of my teeth because I don't want them in there. I actually care about my dental hygiene. So, like, it literally is nothing I'm doing. It's just the fact that I can never get back to a square one where everything's just complete. Like, get this fixed, get this fixed. It'd just be so expensive, and it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. If I could get a nice big channel, a nice big growing, and a nice big thing at some point, I'll take care of it. But every time I've ever gotten close to that, something always happens. So a long time ago, that's what happened. I started basically this, I took over this business where I was teaching at a school. I was the owner of a martial arts school. I was having a great time. I loved it. And then all of a sudden, that whole 2008 stock market crash, the economy, blah, 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 such and such. People cut things out of their budget, like martial arts. We tanked. I stayed afloat as long as I could. I took jobs. It was crazy. It was crazy. And the teeth thing was still affecting me. There's a lot of personal stuff going on. A plus B equals C. I had to close the school. Wondered what to do. Started taking jobs left and right. Didn't like what I was doing. Didn't like the fact that I wasn't my own boss. Didn't like being treated a certain way. Just the fact that there's this general laziness and people want to come to work and not work, and then I tell somebody about it and they go, so what? I can't deal with things like that. So I needed to, you know, get out of that type of mindset, that type of toxicity, and get back into what I wanted to do and just create something. So that's why I started, you know, I started with my channel that I had already had in place for my YouTube for the, you know, the school that I was doing previously. And I was teaching private classes with some of my students I kept in contact with too here and there. So you know, it's not like I don't do martial arts here and there, but you know, as you start doing gaming and stuff more and more, you're doing being active less. You know, you're just being less active and doing those things less. So you know, it's just a matter of just being active again to get that muscle memory kicking again, and also just to get, you know, the bulk, the general body chemistry flowing again of, you know, just being active instead of sitting around, you know, playing video games. So anyway, that definitely can affect things too. You know, you're just sitting around dealing with stress and trying to deal with bugs and technical issues instead of going out and working out at the gym like you should be, or doing martial arts like you should be, because that's the point, is you got to get this problem situated or you can't grow your channel. So like, it's just one thing after another, and so like, I don't know, rather than dealing with all the stress of the games on top of what YouTube is throwing at me, I don't know. That's why maybe we'll talk today. And like I said, I'll go back. I swept my little training floor earlier. That's why I showed you guys the staff at the beginning. Maybe I'll just show you guys some cool staff things. You know, like I love staff. You know, maybe I'll just show you some cool stuff with the staff, or you know, we'll get into something. We'll just talk a little bit. But I gotta get out and I gotta get my drink. I'm gonna get something with probably like electrolytes, not an energy drink. We don't train with energy drinks. That's just a stupid thing to do. Don't ever do that, by the way. We're gonna get something probably with electrolytes, primarily water based. Water would be preferable. I do like to get electrolytes though too, because I don't like to train on like a really full stomach. I like to get like something with protein and then fill in the blank with like fluid electrolytes, train really hard, and then I'll eat. And then you get like a decent you know, amount out of that. It's good for you. It's a good way to do it. But anyway, yeah, everybody's different too. Everybody's body's different. But let me go get this let me go get this drink and I'll be right back. Alright, guys, so I got... Hold on, I gotta deal with this. Do we have any chat yet? Anybody came in chat yet? I can see chat, by the way, guys. I can see it today. I had something hidden. That's why I couldn't see it for so long when I was using my phone before. There's like apparently an option on here that says none, hide all chat messages, and I didn't know that that was there. That's why I couldn't see it before. Like before, you know. So anyway. I got a traditional Gatorade. Does this have a seal on it? It better. Okay. Yeah, alright. So with Gatorade, it's the sort of thing where I just like it. And, you know, it's not water. It's funny because, like, yeah, like some of my like real hardcore martial arts friends used to make fun of me because I'd be they'd all be drinking water and I'd be the one standing there in the corner drinking my Gatorade. Not soda. I know you guys think I just drink nothing but soda. I don't. For a while there, I was actually on like a water only kick. And those videos are right. Yeah, all those videos you see on like YouTube and stuff where it's like I drank water for like nothing but water for this amount of time and this is what happened. Well, yeah, they're right. I mean, I can't deny drinking only water for X amount of time was one of the hardest things I had ever done. And part of the reason for that is because when you have low blood sugar, it's easier to just constantly consume fluids with sugar in them. It's just easier. But I digress. We're gonna go back. Oh, I forgot. Hold on. – 20 grams of protein. Can you believe that? So I don't. There's rumble strips in like the middle here. So like if you like make a left turn and you go up over the yellow, even in the middle, you'll hit the rumble. So like all along this road we have rumble strips on the yellow. Yeah, I didn't go off the side, I promise. Yeah, this is good. 300 calories, 100%. I love it. Yeah, this is cool. 20 grams of protein, guys, and this is mild cheddar and beef sticks, so that's right up my alley. I like cheddar. I would prefer sharp, but I guess if I'm working out, that makes sense. Oh. No, that's pretty damn good. Huh. Wow. You know, I was a little worried about it being too salty. It's not salty at all. It's good. Yeah, it's good stuff. So I don't know. It's really chewy. Yes. But this is my Kung Fu Center. This was my Kung Fu Center. I don't know what Kung Fu Center you come from. This is my Kung Fu Center. This is the one I own. Oh, hey, Bab. You know how it goes. Thanks for coming on. You know how it goes. Because like you have to say it, otherwise the trolls come out of nowhere pretending that they come from a Kung Fu Center. That's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that, man. I had this neatly folded in a drawer with like my patches like sitting up. I've really got to iron that belt. You know, the one with my embroidery. I'm glad to hear that you still have it. How you doing, man? How's jewelry making? Aren't you making jewelry now? That's so cool. Yeah, I want to maybe do some training content instead of gaming content where I'm yelling at my screen. Well, that's sort of what I kind of wanted to do, is like not necessarily train other people in person, but like with content. So no, but part of what I'm struggling with is I don't have another person, another body. Or, so it's sort of difficult what I can do and what I can't do. Some of my friends tend to chicken out when it comes to being a technique dummy, if you know what I mean. But no, I'm not really training anybody at the moment. I would really, it depends on the training. You know what I mean? Like, there's just a certain amount of training of my own I would want to go back through before I would, respectfully want to show certain things to people. But like, if I was going to show Monkey again, I would go through the training again myself. I would spend, a couple of months probably. So no. If that gives you an idea of where I'm at. It's just more of like a, being physical thing. Yes. Thank you. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad to hear. Thank you for the support, Ben. In real life friend. Thank you. I ran into a friend, from high school at the grocery store the other day, and he was really supportive too, and I appreciated that. So it doesn't go unnoticed. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. it's very hard to deal with. Basically, you know, if you want to have a job and then you have chronic pain, and that's partially where I'm at. And I never wanted to talk about that on social media, but I just feel like, to be fair at this point, I kind of should. So that's where I'm at, is basically, you know, I take these jobs and I start having chronic pain and stuff like that, and, you know, I just sort of go to work anyway and just deal with it. But I feel like the dealing with the chronic pain at work agitates me more on things that I have no control over, if that makes sense, and want to control everything. So I don't know. I feel like that's not fair, but then at the same time, I'm also just pointing out things that are wrong. So. Well, yeah, I mean, it happens. It's been pretty much like my entire experience on YouTube is just people acting, you know, immature and stuff. And then I have to be a certain way. Because, like, I don't like bullying or anything like that. And whenever I see people doing that, like, in my chat, I'm just like, it's really hard for me to, you know how I feel about that stuff, so yeah, but I appreciate that, man. I'm definitely gonna get up here and maybe talk about some staff and stuff like that. So yeah, let's do it. I'm still trying to eat some of this protein here. I gotta clean my training floor. Well, the kind of beginner content that I'm probably gonna be doing on this, you know plenty of that already, Ben. But yeah, it's always good to hear it again, I suppose. Let me just sit here for a minute. Oh man, I'll bet that was painful. How'd you do that? 2 months. I hope you're getting better now. All right, I'm trying to think of, or tossing the kids around, or both. Well, tossing the kids around is lifting weights, right? I'm trying to think of how I'm gonna set this up. Gotta set my device somewhere. See, this is the issue I run into with martial arts stuff. Is I like just have nowhere to. I have no equipment. I need a GoPro, like, so badly. Let me just take a minute here to figure out how I'm gonna set this up. Okay, I think I got it. Just need an object of some kind. Aha, I see a brick. I also see a cat. The cat must be pet. Yes. Mm-hmm. That is important, isn't it? Yes. Okay. That was important stuff. We had to do that. We had to cover that. Okay. Let's grab a brick. I'm sorry. Check chat for a minute. GoPro sparring. Dude. Listen. You know how I am with that stuff. I was never somebody that wanted to show off or compete. I really honestly wish I had that yearning. I really do. Like, I have zero desire, if that makes sense. But I know you know that. Okay, is that good? Like, I wonder if you guys... Hopefully you guys can see me. Maybe I should face it, like, the other way. So that way I can see me. How's that? Well, I just... With that whole thing, it's not about me, it's about how other people perceive it, if that makes sense. And you know, it's only getting worse with the newest generation. Like, I'm not like one of those people where I blame generations or anything like that, but you know what I mean. Like, I feel like people are just taking even more toxicity from everything than they used to, instead of just, you know, learning to grow up at a certain point. But yeah, like, I don't know, maybe. I doubt it. I mean, given my age, I think if I was gonna do that, I probably would have done it already, right? Okay, so I mean, I did a staff video a while back, but one of the things with staff that I see a lot of people yeah, and that's true. That's true. I definitely agree with that, and I just I don't know. I also feel that maybe some people let me rephrase that. It's more about just how I end up being influenced, if that makes sense. So, like, over time, doing things like that can have its effect on you. You know, you get hit by somebody and it's a cheap shot. You know, you get mad, and you know that has its own thing. You know, certain stuff too. You know, like just the few times where I had instances where people, you know, where I sparred people, a lot of the time, it wasn't them trying to be technical or fair about it. But anyway, let's talk about stuff. So anyway, as outside of my school, anyway, I should say outside of my school when I would spar people is what I meant. Yes, right, exactly. Like, a lot of it has to do with just being reserved. I'm just not that way, and I was always a pacifist too. Like, I really don't believe in fighting. So like I never liked, to the act of like hitting somebody, or you know what I mean? Like, it was never something that like I desired to do. Um, so yeah, like I guess that's part of it is like slowly over time, if I did that, it would have its effect on me. So yeah, that's a good point too. And that's also why I would hold back a lot, is just because I see it emotionally affecting people. Basically, as I would spar them, they become frustrated that I was so good. And I don't know, maybe to them I looked young, or didn't look like I should, didn't look the part, or didn't, something about that bothered them, and they become frustrated, and then end up getting hit even worse, or looking even more foolish, and it just, I would, I felt bad, a lot. Because there were times where I did this too as I was training and learning and stuff too. Good points, man. Yeah, passing a fist. Yeah, when it's necessary. When it's necessary. All right. Anyway, a lot of the things that I see people doing when they hold a staff and stuff is they make the mistake of thinking that like you always want to hold it like this. I see so many stylists and stuff like that. I'm sure you've seen this, Ben, too, where like people just do like really quick movements like this. You know what I mean? And I don't. It's so rigid. It's not fluid. It doesn't help you. A lot of the time you're going to be holding your staff. Believe it or not, a lot of the time you're going to be holding your staff with one hand and switching between them. So that's actually, yeah. So I'm sorry about this saw. I hope you guys can hear me. Can you guys hear me? If you guys can't hear me, we'll move. But basically, you want the other hand like mostly at the end, about there. Okay, cool. And the other one should be pretty much about in the middle. And that's a lot of the mistake that I see people making. Just they pick up a long weapon like this and they think, I'm gonna hold this thing right in the middle. And you're just not using it right. You're just not using it right. Um, so a lot of the way the staff works, God, can you? I hope you guys can hear me. This is really, this saw is really annoying. Yeah, you said yeah? Okay. All right, I hope you can. A lot of the way the staff works is basically understanding this open-handed style. Okay, okay. Understanding this open-handed style. Now I wish I had some hands in front of me to show you. But basically, a lot of the way the staff works is a lot of the way your hands will work. When you stand in an open-handed sort of on guard stance, it's basically the same sort of stance. So when you move the staff around, you want to think about it as basically you know, what is that representing when I'm doing that? When if I would move my hands like this, well, you know, what am I representing when I'm doing that? So I think that's what a lot of people make the huge mistake of, is they grab a staff and they don't go, how does this relate to my hands? What am I doing? And they just make these quick, really ugh, 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 ugh. It's like anybody can do that. You know, like I wanna see real purpose to why you're doing what you're doing, you know. Um, some of the things that I almost never see out of people that they should be doing with a staff is stuff like this, where you take it behind your head and you do basically entire room clears with it. You know, where you confuse your attacker. You know, a lot about using a staff is about gaining distance, and then utilizing your hands and feet in combat. It's really just about stability. So like basically, let's say like I was in a bar fight, okay? And this is my pull cue. You know, like this is my pool cue. You know, I'm over here playing pool. You know, we got a couple of guys. They're picking on me. Blah blah blah. I got my pool cue right here. You know, I mean, this thing is everything. That's everything. And if you pick it up in the middle, you're not gonna have any power with this. And they're gonna throw you, by the way. So you got your pull cue. You got your pull cue. One of the very first things you should do is try to like basically use this stabbing motion. You know, use the butt end of that thing. When you pick this up, you know, you can shift that immediately. Just boom. So, you know, if I got my pull cue here, I can just go boom, and then all of a sudden kick this around my head. Okay? I mean, it's really not all that hard to clear some space. You know, you whack a couple of guys, you probably break the pull cue. But the idea is that, the idea is that then you switch to hand-to-hand combat. You don't just use this the whole time. You know, you use this to gain your distance. You know, and then you follow up with something. You know, you don't just, you know. So that's a lot of the thing that I see with staff is just that people aren't understanding really what they're doing with it. You know, how it relates to the rest of the body in lots of situations. Let me get a drink. So my hands are wet. So yeah, man, my staff has water on it. Okay. That room clear. That room clear is so sweet, isn't it? I'm glad to hear you remember it. So, all right, bug, get off my stuff. I had a bug on my stuff. So, if you remember a long time ago, we talked about like disarmament with staff and stuff like that. When somebody tries to yank your staff out of your hand, what you want to do is you want to sort of do a shift where you pull it in and create a circuit with your body, and you're going to kind of grab it and shift back. So basically what you're going to do And this is why I didn't want to do this to you for real, like way back, because this would literally stab you straight in the neck right here. So it's basically like you either have to do it or don't do it. Like legitimately, you yank this to create a circuit against your body and just boom, straight into the neck. So basically, as they're grabbing the end of the staff, you're coming forward with them to make them feel like, oh yeah, okay, we're yanking them forward. They're gonna go with that probably, and then you just go boom. Yeah. So like basically, that's how you do that. It's sort of boom, boom. And Ben, you know how that works with the push pull. That's how we do the. If you grab someone's staff, they will pretty much never get it away from you as long as you do it right. Yeah, if you mess up, they're gonna get it away. Because, as you pointed out too a while ago, disarming a staff can be pretty easy. So, keep it against your body. That's a lot of what people I see doing is they're holding it way out here, and it's just as simple as boop, and then it just whacks you in the head, you know, and then it hits the ground. So yeah, keeping it against the moment they try to pull that away, right against the body, and boom. It works like a charm, because once again you're creating the circuit, so they end up sort of coming forward as you shift your. I know it's hard to see my feet, but I'm shifting my feet. Ben, it's a side laying stance. If you remember the front stance, I'm shifting to a side laying there, and then back to a front stance. So yeah. It would work. I mean, you could probably shift. Yeah, and if I can get it against my body, it's the sort of thing where, you know what I mean, like I either have to do the technique or I don't. So I'm not gonna hurt you, just to prove a point, you know. And you were right though. You were right, because like flat out you can't. If this is out here, you're just gonna get it from me. So like that's a good point to make, is that grappling is in everything. So like basically the moment that somebody goes to, you know, like I said, hit the staff or pull it away, or even just me being sloppy, I need to realize that my backhand should have probably been against my hip anyway. Okay, so like even I know when I'm doing these, I have a habit of letting my hand drift out, because I like to come back with that one too. But even I should be tucking and curling that more to root the staff into my center of gravity. So anyway, that leads me into a lot of what things that I see with staff, and that's that people don't seem to know how to spin it, or why we're spinning it. So does anybody like we can take a guess, but like with spinning a staff, this is where I'll usually like ask the class, does anybody know why you're supposed to spin a staff? Like what it's for? But what we were just talking about to lead into this. Basically, if you're not spinning your staff, exactly, Ben, exactly. And if you knew me, I probably would be using a staff attachment. I would actually I had this cool idea for a staff attachment where it's like an attachment with a chain whip spearhead. So like literally a chain whip on my staff, except that would be a short staff. I'd probably cut it, you know, like one of the short stabs. So that way I could hold it here and I could still manipulate it like a staff, but then keep it running around my body, if that makes sense. Oh man, how cool would that be, right? It's basically sort of like a Morningstar chain whip, but I don't know what you'd call it, but I want to make it because I think it would suit me. But anyway, uh, what was I saying? Oh yeah, this leads me into what I was gonna say is with staff, it doesn't really matter. If your staff is stationary, somebody can get it. If they are smarter than you with whatever particular technique they're using, it's as simple as that. Like they know how to get it and you didn't, they got it. That's it. So if your staff is stationary, it can be taken. Always assume that. So hence why a staff stylist is just always doing this constantly all around his body. Okay, this is why we're always just spinning the staff everywhere, all around us. Okay, so this is why, because if you're constantly spinning the staff, nobody's gonna come near you, and I don't think anybody's even gonna try to grab it. And that's the point. If they do, that's when you act. So that's the point, is you do this whole like flashy show, trying to get, distance, and then just wait for somebody to make a move. And then you just go boom. And that's how it works. And then you repeat, rinse and repeat. And then usually you can use that next one I talked about. Wham, bam, something like that. I see a lot of people with staff doing wasted movements where they're not using their feet right. A lot of staff has to do with shifting your feet back and understanding where your feet are supposed to be, and not necessarily just the staff either. So like people are doing this, holding it in the middle, but then they're using shallow footwork too at the same time. So it's just, oh no, something on my pants. So yeah, sink into your stances, long stances. I mean, are you gonna have close feet with a staff? Sometimes, sure, but I mean, generally speaking, executing techniques, no, not really. Yeah, that spear move. It's been a while. So yeah, that's what you do with that's just like a spearhead thing. And then you're basically just circling your hand enough to make the staff bend. Oh, let's see, what else? Yeah, I need a drink. I want to show how to pick up your staff, but I'm trying to think of how to set up the camera to show it. Cause like, yeah, you guys can't see what I'm doing. Like I can sit here and do it, but you guys can't see what I'm doing. So like it doesn't help. So let's do the downward hit. Everybody likes the downward hit. Let's do the downward hit. Can I back this up? Okay, so the downward hit, man, I am sweating. My hands are too sweaty for this. Look, my hands are all blue. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, this thing, I gotta spray it. I gotta clean it. All right, the downward hit. We're gonna learn this like this. So, what you're gonna do is first position your feet, left foot in front, and you're gonna hold your left hand in front. You know, this is how we have our staff, all right? Like I explained earlier. And now what you're gonna do is open your hands, knee up, step forward, and then close your hand. So open the hands when we move, knee up, step forward, and close your hand. And that's our downward hit. Just right like that. So like if you do that all together, you can switch with it. You can do it like this. Okay. All right, that's what we're doing there. That's that downward hit. So now you combine that with the floor. Yeah, I wish I could get the ground here. Hard to see. Right like that. So basically we're hitting the shoulder blade here. The top of the head, and then like if you want to hit the top of the head, that's fine. But make sure it comes down into the shoulder blade area so that you use the whole body as like a leverage point. Just right like that. It's going to be a little different for that step because you're just going to sink your knee. I know you guys can't see me, can you? You're just going to basically take a knee and sink. And that'll pretty much override almost any attack they're doing. Almost. Now, the one thing that will override, I'd say about 90%. Maybe that other one's maybe like 70 to 80%. This one's like 90% because it's like, it adds the elude too. So here you go. Please, guys. Advanced only. Okay. Don't do this. Don't do this if you don't know how to do it. Okay, just be careful with this one. So, similar concepts, but this time instead, we're going to add the up so that way you can block, okay? So you're going to come up and block, and then we're going to sort of start to lift that knee so that way we can get the jump, all right? And the way this is going to work is they're going to be lunging at us. You're going to do this block, and as they lunge at us, basically what this is going to allow us to do is sort of jump straight in the air over top of that attack and then counter it from behind. So once again, knee comes up. Now you can also do the full jump. But your sunglasses might come off. So just be aware that one has a little bit more Okay. And that run's really mainly for training, the full spin. It's really about the half spin. Okay, can you guys see this? Oh, maybe. I mean, I was trying to pick the staff up, but maybe I'll move it. Hold on. Okay, that works. So for this one, it works better without shoes. You want to practice it with shoes so that you can get good, but practice it without shoes first so that you can learn it, okay? But basically, you're just flicking the staff onto your foot right like that, and then picking it up, flicking it in the air. So that's how you want to always pick your staff up. You don't ever want to bend down to pick it up. And then, of course, like I said, you want to be able to do that with your shoes ultimately. But you know, it's going to take some time to be able to learn to do that. And as you can see, as I'm instructing it here, I'm trying to do it slow, and with the shoes, it just doesn't work. So like with the shoes, you just have to really go for it. So basically, if you saw earlier, I was doing it slow. I'm going to do it again. See how it doesn't work with the shoes? Yeah, you really got to give it the or it's just not going to happen. So just be aware of that. With the shoes, it's going to take you a while, but you'll get it. So that's how you want to pick your staff up. You do not want to pick it up by bending over. And that's the whole point, is that, you know, during a fight, you want to be able to just pick that up and get right back into it. Oh man, let's talk about, I think maybe we'll like stretch. You guys want to like stretch a little bit? Yeah, I know, I moved it just to move it back, right? All right. So, I mean, I'm just gonna do some stretches that I normally do. For this one, you know, you put the knee out. Man, look at this. I gotta clean this. This is terrible. You put the knee out and you lean forward. Leg out behind you. Oh man, that feels great. You'll feel it here, here. And if you do this properly with your elbows, you'll also feel it in your back, which I am. Oh man, good stuff. So then just do the other one. Another one I like to do is that one, where you just sort of lean forward. You feel it in there. You're gonna rock back, grab the foot, lean forward. I like this one. Don't press too hard. Don't put too much weight here. I've discovered you kind of want to lean your weight this way for that one. That's a pretty crazy stretch. You'll don't don't go too deep into that one without realizing how good it is. You'll feel it after. Oh man, I'm covered in blue, guys. Look at this. I am dirty. I need to wash my hands or something. I'm gonna wash my hands. I'm gonna wash my hands. This is like the blue stuff is like coming up. I think I just gotta like power wash it. Well, I mean, it's it's falling apart. Yes. I mean, it's not too bad, but yeah, it's definitely deteriorating. I have to do the Wi-Fi, guys. I think we were cutting it out. Oh man. Well, that got me sweating. Yeah, I had to connect to the Wi-Fi. It was cutting in and out. I was gonna do like rolls and stuff, but I'm not gonna do that. I don't know why. I need to spray off this mat. I'm about to clean it. Yeah, I'm about to spray it off. Yeah, let me see. Let me see what I got here. I'm here. I'm this thing sucks. Sometimes you just gotta get a little wet. Oh man, no one's there to see me get wet. Man, you guys all missed it too. Oh boy, we gotta clean this up. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, it's coming right on. I mean, I'm probably gonna have to like get some cleaner. Probably have to get some cleaner. That's good enough. I just wanted to get it sprayed down. Oh man, so what are we What are we thinking for the future, guys? Do y'all like the gaming content? Do y'all like the martial arts content? Do y'all like both? Yeah, I gotta get it scrubbed down, guys. It's very dirty. That's the issue. And so it's just a matter of getting it scrubbed down. And then I'm gonna be able to do a bit more. But I don't really want to be putting my body on the disgusting mats and stuff. I want to sanitize that. Definitely sanitize that. So I have to get some, I have to get the right chemical. That's all. You're back? Yeah, I think it's fair to say I gotta clean the mats. I sprayed them down, and they're still looking pretty. I just gotta get some sanitizer. Maybe some Mr. Clean or some Fabuloso. Fabuloso does smell pretty good. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do moving forward with this channel. And I'm looking forward to some new releases, but at the same time, I'm tired of having the same YouTube issues. This is where we used to do some training. I know Matt came here quite a bit. Did a lot of training in this field for sure. I filmed some of those videos here too. I actually did a little bit of a catalog too, some of the forms, so I wouldn't forget them for my own personal reference on this field. You know what's probably one of the hardest things to go back and remember? Some of those probably long form like 4, like that 4th one. Man, that one's tough. Yeah, I was trying to remember all of that. He warned me about it too. He was like, don't forget this one. But Monkey is one of those forms where I miss doing that, and I don't have any space to do it, and I don't want to lose it, you know. Just trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the channel. I'm tired of having those issues with YouTube where it doesn't process my video for X amount of time, and then I basically have to just get on a video and complain about it until they do something about it. Just basically what I've been dealing with the past 3 years. Yeah, my Reddit page was a joke. Nobody's on there. Nobody cared about my Discord either. Basically, you people use Discord to just try to discredit me somehow. I actually had 4 separate people separately add me from WoW just to like troll me. Like they were like pretending to be friendly with me through an entire stream just for them to block me later and then come in the chat on stream and stuff and basically just, try to tell me I suck at WoW and I did this mechanic wrong or that mechanic wrong, and like they're wrong half the time too, but like it's just like ridiculous. Like it's literally like people just really are going, like trolling has just gotten to that point where there's an entire generation, it seems, entire culture of people that like just exist on the internet just to hurt people. Yeah. Yeah. But it's one thing to say they're brutal and another for them to like be like IT specialists and work for some of these companies, but also have channels and be gamers and then try to influence your channel and impact it negatively because they also have channels. I mean, there's actually more of that than you'd probably think, and that's what I'm seeing a lot of, just the yeah. So like basically in order to make a public Discord server, you have to have an absurd following of people, so that's not going to happen. I do have a Discord server, but it's like invite only, so that's part of the problem with that. And then like I started this whole call into the channel thing, maybe get people talking and stuff, and like just nobody. It's almost like, nobody really wants to actually, debate anything or talk about anything. But when it comes time to trolling in chat, they're not afraid, But yeah, with audio, no one ever actually wants to put themselves out there. So like that was really what showed me everybody's true colors online when I did the calls and actually made like a phone number and just nobody. And I started like losing a lot more people in chat too, and people started not coming to channel a lot. So that's what it was like just, it's so funny how many people will come in and try to, like come and chat and stuff like that, but then at the same time, they don't want to actually be vocal. They just want to be seen being right in chat or be, like being funny or something. Oh, I know there's quite a lot of that, I think. Yeah, because I know, like, I mean, and I appreciate that too, obviously. I don't take that for granted. I appreciate anybody that still follows. I know a lot of people, that's what a lot of it is. I have a lot of people still from the studio, and then I have a lot of people too in other countries from my reaction videos that aren't necessarily there for gaming too, or might also speak another language. I think that's actually a lot of it, is a lot of them speak like Spanish and stuff. Yes. Well, right, exactly. I mean, it's not even, it's more people want to be seen being right. You know what I mean? It doesn't, being right doesn't serve them unless other people see them being right. So I think it's more about that. It's about they want to cause a big fuss and they want to be the center of the attention. I don't, it's a maturity level, that's all. It's just a mindset. Like, I don't go on the internet for that. So that's where I was at the other day. Just time and time again, I try to do these raw uploads as game guides for people to use as reference so that I'm not yelling at the screen and getting frustrated. And then I can't even do that because YouTube sits there not processing my video for 12 hours. But then I get on a stream and yell about them not processing the video, and within 2 hours of doing that, it's suddenly processed and on there. So that's where I have to contrast in comparison the fact that this happens every time I do an upload, and then every time I have an issue with it, I say something only happens when I get really frustrated and I show it. So then they have to do something. And that's just, basically it just seems like they don't want the little guy to succeed, you know? Yeah. And that's yep, exactly what, yeah, exactly. And what you just said is why I don't really get into politics on YouTube either. Because nobody wants to actually debate anything. They just want to be right. They just want to be right about what they already believe. They don't want to actually be informed and form a new opinion, or possibly just, try to help in some way, help understand, or help fill somebody in. They want to be right. And I'll admit that I used to do that too, but I had to learn in life that things aren't about that. It's about, learning from each other and just trying to find some sort of common ground so that way the debate has some sort of, actual constructive conclusion. But nobody does that. Nobody does that. I had a debate class in middle school, and I think parents complained about it or something because it never happened again. And that was one of the most that taught me the most about life than almost anything that I learned in school. They should literally just teach politics and just get over it. But everybody wants to be right. But I understand in public schools, the parents act a certain way if you start teaching it, and I get it. Yes, exactly. Exactly, because you find people that have common ground and you talk to them, because really a lot of people came out of the woodwork to just start complaining. The internet became a thing, and suddenly people could just complain about the president or complain about this or that. And so everybody just wants to shout their opinion now instead of having a correct one. They don't care that it's correct. They just want you to know what it is, and they want you to agree with it. So they don't actually bother to actually look anything up or research, like you do. You spend so much time reading. You're a huge reader. So it's like, I know that you can actually debate. But then, somebody I don't know just comes out of nowhere. I don't know you. And you just start spouting this nonsense out of nowhere about something that you probably don't know anything about. And it's like, these people, did they go to college for political science or something? And suddenly they just know everything about politics? No. Yeah. That's the point, is even I could admit there's a lot that I don't know. And that's the point, is there's so much to know about that subject. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. That's why, a friend of mine, we talked about doing podcasts, but we didn't really want to do it on YouTube. We had thought maybe we could upload it after the fact, so that way we could just disable comments and stuff. And exactly, I completely agree with you. Just a controlled environment, because you don't want those trolls coming out of nowhere just saying things, because that's the point. Everyone's a troll now. Everyone just wants to say whatever they want to say instead of listening to what you have to say, somebody who might actually have an informed, constructive, decent opinion. An intelligent one too, you know, because, you know, you read a lot, and you know, other people that you talk to, I'm sure, read a lot too. You know, that's the point. There'd be a reason for you to do it, you know, instead of just the people that go on there and, you know, well, you know, you see the channels where they're just talking about this theory and this theory, and they're just talking about theories, and that has nothing to do with politics. It's funny when there's like entire channels that exist that are just like troll channels, where it's literally just people just, and that's where I think it starts. It's just like you have this whole culture of people that exists on the internet full of misinformation. Yeah, you're right. It can be entertaining. You're right. I don't mind that sometimes too. I don't mind it. I don't mind the entertainment once in a while either. I just don't want to be the one. You know what I mean? Being upset on the internet and stuff. So I'm trying to get away from that. But like, yeah, exactly. Like that's my point. Is like, you know, the whole reason I typically take videos down where I get upset too, because like the whole point is just to have the video there so that they do something, and then I take it down and respectfully hope that continuing forward they just proceed to help, you know, and instead of just doing that thing again. But then I take the video down and it goes back to the way it was, and then I have to put another one up, and so that's why I left it up this time. But like, I don't like how it makes me look, you know. I don't like looking like just somebody raging out at the camera and stuff like that. But then you have these people that are just literally troll content creators, where literally all they do, I don't know if you've watched any of my content talking about this guy, Michael Does Life, but like he's literally just an entire content creator making content, and he hasn't even played these games, but he's just trashing them before he's even played them, and it's the same thumbnail every time. And like, so like that's the point, is like I started, you know, maybe having a little bit of a voice for that, because that kind of does bother me. That's, you know, so like I started talking about that, and, you know, trying to be like more of a positive. It seems like the people from his channel do. He has never actually come after me, which is good, you know. So I don't have anything bad to say about him at this point, unless, you know, of course he says something else, you know, then I'll talk about it. But basically, I just, you know, did a reaction video, and I'm sure you saw it and stuff like that. And we talk about it from time to time and stuff. And a few of the people from his channel networked with me, and a few others and stuff like that. And but it's the whole culture where literally they just want to cancel the game before it comes out. And now you have like this new game Starfield coming out, where you have all these people creating all these alt accounts just to give it a really bad Metacritic score. And that is just, this is really messed up. So like, this is where I wanted to have my voice. And now that like I'm starting to have this voice, like it's the sort of thing where like I have problem after problem after problem on YouTube, where it seems like people really don't like me. Yeah, they don't like me talking about it. They think maybe YouTube likes earning money off this guy. I don't know, but that my point is, like, I'm just having all these technical issues, things that are easy to fix, you know, and it's just over and over. Like where YouTube doesn't process a video for 12 hours and it's only like 12 minutes long. You know, I mean, what's it doing for 12 hours? And then I'll rage out. I'll like yell. I'll be like, why isn't my video processing? And then they'll suddenly process it within like the next hour or two. So I don't know. But like, it's really disheartening, you know, when I have all these problems one after another. And then all the trolls too Yeah, and that's actually just been the case with literally every single upload I've ever done for the past 2.5 to 3 years. Basically, and we're not talking about like edits. I'm not like editing the video, which would add or codecs, and I'm just talking about like raw, straight up uploads, and using the same settings I always use. That Google has in place that says use these settings. You know, when you Google it, that says, you know, yeah, like if you type in Google, how do I upload a video to YouTube and this, and then, you know, Google will give you a breakdown of exactly the specs you need to do, you know, the codec you need to run and stuff like that, and I make sure that yeah, it's just the same stuff I always do. So, and that's the point, is like eventually they fix it and it just works fine, and you know, it's really high quality and everything, and then my raw uploads like get a lot of attention and stuff, but that's the point, I can never get them uploaded. I always have all these problems, and then I gotta look a certain way in a video, and then the cycle repeats itself. So I think people just think that, you know, like I'm one of those trolls. You know, like you know what I mean? Like, I think people just don't know how to take me. They think that I'm one of those people that just complains about everything, but then at the same time pretends like I'm not, or something like that, you know? So they don't know how to take me. And I'm just like, that's why I'm just not sure what to do anymore. I'm at the point where I don't want to complain about it anymore, but at the same time, I don't want to have the problems anymore either. But I mean, well, yeah, that's the point, is like I was collaborating with another streamer that I reacted to his video, because that it was a whole mess between him and the other content creator too. So we ended up networking and doing some streams too, and then basically, like, a lot of the time when we network and stuff, like, some weird stuff happens then too. Like I remember when we got together to play Borderlands 3. Like it was just, yeah, like trolls, weird trolls would come in chat and show up. But then if weird trolls weren't coming in chat and showing up, like something weird was going on with my mouse. You know what I mean? Like almost like somebody was flooding the servers with data. Cause like, so basically, if you know and you announce that you're gonna do an online thing, and like trolls somewhere in like India don't like you, and they want to cause a problem, you know, and they know how to get into that particular server for a game that you're playing, all they'd have to do is flood that server with data, and they'll start causing problems. So, like, I don't know if that's what they were doing in Borderlands 3, but, like, people in cybersecurity and stuff are fully aware of this stuff. And, like, they never back me up. Like, at any point in time, anybody in cybersecurity could come in my chat and say, yep, that's a thing, I agree with you. Yes, this is a problem. But none of them do, because all of them are doing it. And none of them want to admit that they've all been trolls online and all secretly hacked into something. And so therefore they don't want to come out and say it. So, like, I just, I don't know what to do, because everybody, you know, everybody's just seems to either want to troll or want to steal your idea, or, you know, that's it. I don't know what else to do. A lot of times people will, I had this one dude befriend me after he found a beginner's guide for making decks in Hearthstone. So I made this guide for making decks in Hearthstone. And I think it ruffled some feathers, because a lot of streamers make money off of the fact that people use their decks. Now, this is a whole freaking scam in itself, because people were sending deck codes and stuff like that over social media, things you could easily just click on and it would give you a phishing hack, or, you know, some other simple type of thing like that, where, you know, it spams you with a whole bunch of things that you can't click out of. So like, you know, just things like that. And basically this guy befriended me like a while ago, and he was like basically on YouTube right after, like, he was doing a lot of like stuff with his animals and things like that. And then all of a sudden, when he sees my video for like Beginner's Guide to Hearthstone, he starts like making the exact video, and he used the exact deck that I made in that video and made on the stream. And then he proceeds to make points that I made in the video while using my deck that I assembled in the video on the live stream and didn't give me credit. This guy then, now this is, I didn't know about this, but like he starts like coming in my chat, pretending to be my friend. He's like talking chat up to get his mods and stuff like that. So he finally gets a moderator thing, blah, blah, blah. And he adds me in Discord. We network on WoW. We start talking in Discord and blah, blah, blah. And his channel gets a boost from mine and all that. And then lo and behold, this guy, here's where I started getting a little fishy. He starts like coming in the chat and like just saying random stuff. Like he asked me if I was mad at him for something or something. Like, I was like, what are you even talking about? And so like just randomly, you know. And then the one day I had enough when he comes in chat and I'm tanking a dungeon, and like there's all this stuff going on, I can't even read chat, and he comes in and he's like, oh hey man, I didn't even see you were live, and he gives me like 5 minutes to answer it before he like freaks out and starts like getting, he's like, oh well, I guess you're too busy doing what you're doing to talk to me, so I'll see you later. So the fact that he's gonna like act like a jealous little child in my chat for everybody to see, he's clearly trying to discredit me. He's truly trying to be seen discrediting me, stealing my people so that they go to his channel. And then like that, I only found out about that video where he stole my deck because I started doing research after that, after I blocked him and found out, yep, he did this whole stream where basically he just took my deck from my beginner's guide and started making points I was making in his stream. And his stream didn't really even have that many views, but the point is that's what he was trying to do. And this guy doesn't even have a single real picture of himself on his entire YouTube channel. Not a single one. He doesn't use a camera. He barely uses a mic. So it's like, and then I guess this guy admitted to me he used to be in cybersecurity or something. And I'm just like, okay, this is all really weird. YouTube never had that many ads, in fact. Yeah, that's another thing, Tyler. Like, I'll do an upload. Look, guys, I have like less than 400 subs. Yes, I have my monetization, but they're not supposed to be putting ads on my things. So like that's another point. That's a good point, Tyler. Like I was making that point in the video too. The one time I get an actual uploaded, YouTube slaps 2 ads right in the front of it. And it's a 12-minute video, and then they slap 2 more ads right in the middle. And so like you get halfway through a 12-minute guide and you don't even want to watch it. And people who are unaware of these things, how these things work, probably think it's me. So like, how am I supposed to feel like YouTube isn't doing this on purpose, you know? And I was raging, I was mad. I was like, don't you ever put ads on my stuff again if you're never going to fix this. If like you're not even going to make it so I can actually do my uploads. I even made a point to make a video where I said, look, ads are a thing. They're going to happen. We need to be respectful of that and understand that YouTube wants to make money off this too. I even said that. So the fact that they're gonna do this and they're gonna put their doubled ad 2 doubled ads in a 12-minute video. And like this video is like a whole 120 some views. Big freaking deal. And it's like, are you kidding me? The one video I actually start getting in the hundreds, and you can't let me have that. You have to slap ads on it. You should have commented there was a Seafood Smith building day method. That would have been funny, Ben. Yeah, I just blocked him. I don't believe in fighting back. You're right. You're right. That would have been funny. If he wants to show so many ads on your video, it can't even work. Yeah, I know. Yeah, like that's my point, is like, that's really messed up for them to do that. Like that my uploads never work, and I actually get an upload to work, and it actually starts doing pretty well. Pretty legit, good idea, right? Pretty cool guide. And then they slap literally 2 double ads on this 12-minute guide. Just, that is a slap in the face to me. For everything I've been through with them. That is a slap in the face, and they know it. They don't care. Like that's why I was getting so mad. I was getting so frustrated. It's like, they really don't care. That is a slap in the face, though. Thanks for mentioning that. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to mow my way through this and figure out what we're doing. And I don't know. I know that something has to change. Like obviously I don't want to rage out anymore, you know. Thanks for showing up, Tyler. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate you coming by, Ben. Seriously. Been in this whole time. I love that name, by the way, Heavy Metal Smith. So like, I gotta subscribe to you. Do you have that channel? Is that your like jewelry making channel? I think am I subscribed? I gotta check that out. Some people build their careers on rage. Yeah, I used to watch. I actually did a reaction thing the one time where I just sat there and reacted to a bunch of rage compilations, and started to pick up on the fact that some of those content creators are just faking it. Cause like the one dude, he's like this enormous guy. And like, you know, he's one of those dudes that wears like the beast mode shirt, you know, and stuff like that. So he's just like a huge dude. But like you can tell like he has like band-aids next to him on his desk. He has like, his desk is assembled in such a way that it easily falls apart. He has like this little flimsy desk. So like he's just like this huge dude. So like if he's gonna rage out, you'd think he would have bought a sturdier desk by now. So like it's just clear, it's clear to me what he's doing, yeah. That's so cool. That is really cool. I remember like, yeah, seeing your stuff pop up and thinking, man, what a cool name. And that's a cool idea, you know. I'm glad. Didn't you guys get the band back together? Didn't Silas get back together? Wouldn't that be cool if you guys like, if you could like just use some of that music on there? But like, oh, that's awesome. I've been thinking about whether, like, my thing is, like, I wanted to do... He's tried a few times. I can't blame him. You guys rock. Um, I wanted to do some stuff with music, too. I wanted to, like, do some vocal stuff. Like, I put a couple of vocal covers on YouTube, but it's just stuff I sang in my car. The annoying thing is anytime I do that stuff on my computer, there's always a freaking delay. So, like, I need, like, actual, like, pro quality software to sit there and make sure there's no delay. It's very frustrating. Like, I sat there and put all this effort into a cover the one time, and I was like, oh man, I think this is gonna be great. And then I sat there and listened to it back, and there's just this massive delay between my vocals and the music. And it was just, oh, I just didn't want to keep doing that anymore. Disappointing myself. So all you can do is keep trying it, and then you sing something else that's really good and get frustrated that you can't use it. And then sometimes, you know, you sing something, you throw your voice out for it too. So, like, I just, I don't want to be doing that. I don't want to sing something good, throw my voice out for it, and then, like, I can't even use it. I've done that so many times over the years. Like, there's so many times where I did a vocal cover and then just threw it on Facebook instead of actually doing something with it. And then threw my voice out doing it, and it sounded like crap because I did it in a room with a cell phone instead of something that was mic'd. Really wish I could, you know, get with somebody that actually is willing to record something. Nobody ever took me seriously as a vocalist. That's the problem. Yeah, nobody ever wanted to take me seriously. Oh, I mean, yeah, I like drumming. Obviously, people do. But yeah, but then there's money in that too. 'Cause, you know, it's like that's another investment. So then I'm all in on that too. You know, I mean, that's where I am with the gaming stuff. You know, I started getting the mic and the chair, and yeah, there are. It's stupid that, like, I can't just do it. Everything I have, I should be able to just do it, and all that's holding me back is just that little delay. And it really is crazy that. And, like, I'll sit there and like look up videos on how to do it, and oh, just put a mic delay, and nope, doesn't do anything. I already tried it. All it does is delay your mic even more. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. You have to actually overlay the track. You'd have to, you know, like Adobe Audition or something. You'd have to overlay it, and it's just, yeah. You know, you probably know what I mean. It just, Windows won't do it. It really comes down to that issue. That's a driver issue. I guess I could just probably get a better mic. That might do it. If I get a better mic, like a real pro quality mic, like a Shure, I suppose that could give me the, like you said, equipment. That could give me the software, you know, like the driver with it, to properly do that instead of it being dumb. Yeah. Okay. Yep, Pro Tools. Yep, that's the one. Yep. And I used it a little bit, but well, it is hard to use, and you know, it's not free, is it? So, like, I know there's a free version, but yeah, it is. What's the one? Sony has the one too. Well, I have to admit, yeah, well, that's just the point. Is like that was why like I just kept going with the gaming, was because I already, like I already was somebody that sat there and built my own gaming computer over the years. That was something I always did anyway. And geez, I mean, literally so many years playing WoW, and I grew up playing WoW and all these other games I play. I just That's why I just drifted toward that naturally. Yeah. I'm just really tired of YouTube, like, giving me issues. And at the same time, like, I want to go to Twitch. But if I go to Twitch, then when you look at my video on Twitch, you got my video sitting in between two women sitting in swimming pools wearing bikinis, pretending to be gamers. And I just literally don't want my content sitting on a platform like that. At no point do I want somebody to see my content being, displayed that way. So that I can join them. Yes. Yes. If you can't beat them, join them. Makes sense. I do look forward to, games as they come out, and I enjoy talking about them. And the funny thing is, I have plenty to say. I just think it, comes down to that issue of having the technical problems. I'm just so tired of dealing with it. So I don't know what else to do except to continue to deal with it. I don't know. Like I said, like, they don't do anything until I yell at them on a stream, and then they finally fix the thing. It's just like with, like I had all those issues where, like, my channel was growing, and then Hitman 3 started just crashing, and then, like, they just wouldn't help me. I had all these unique crashes, the game just wouldn't run, and it just wouldn't help me for months. Like, their support was just being, like, really rude about it, and they even said they would refuse to help me any further. And I was gaining a lot of following for that, because I was a very unique player in that game. And I was part of the closed technical test. I was, like, being part of the trends, and everything. And then, like, basically it just started crashing. I couldn't play it anymore. And then, sure enough, recently I just randomly started playing it again. And it just started working, just out of nowhere. So now it's like, well, now it's like I've lost all of the people that were trending and were interested initially, that were following. And now I'm supposed to like want to feel like, I mean? Like, I don't want to play it now, because they were rude to me, like they didn't want to fix the issue, and I don't know. Like, now it just suddenly works again, after months. So the thing is, they didn't know how to fix it. They fixed it. Now it works. That's really what it was. And they didn't want to admit to it. And I was complaining about it on the internet. So instead of owning up to that, I just had like a lot of trolls coming out of nowhere to, you know, just try to discredit what I was saying and stuff. And basically, people were just unsubscribing. They didn't really want to watch any of my other stuff. They didn't care. And then we're at a state where basically, if you want newer games on your PC, you have to have solid state. You can't have spinning platter drives anymore with newer games for the most part. So just like Windows has stopped support for certain things. And so basically all newer games will come out and I just won't be able to play them because of this one thing, because Microsoft did exactly what they always do. So it's the same redundant crap. Microsoft doesn't want to offer support for the spinning platter drives anymore. Everybody needs to upgrade to a... Yeah, I mean, we're talking about solid-state hybrids. We're talking about pretty fast caching speeds, you know? And nope, they just dropped the support for it. So basically, you have to have a solid-state drive now. Otherwise, these larger games with the larger texture files and stuff, you'll go to play them, and it just sits there endlessly trying to load it. It doesn't crash, it just so like I'll play Hogwarts Legacy. I got Hogwarts Legacy, and it just runs like crap. On or off stream. Because the game's like 120 gigs. So it's because they stopped the support for those spinning drives. You just need solid state anymore. So just like that's the other thing is with that stuff, it's always a further perpetuating system of you have to upgrade. You have to spend money, you know. Yeah, Hogwarts Legacy is an amazing game and I love it. I just wish I could play it. It works just fine on my PS4 Pro. I'm sure it runs fine on my Xbox too. But yeah, that's just it. Like, I can run all these other newer games just fine. Yet Hogwarts Legacy just bricks. Well, it's a porting issue. So basically, they port all these games now. So there's giant files that you can't load because your hard drive is too slow, so you need a solid state. Most people just really don't know what I'm talking about. That's really what it comes down to. So since the trolls that you know think they know what they're talking about all day, and the content creators that do this and think they know what they're talking about all day, they really don't. So they come on and I talk about this, and they don't really know what to say, so they just leave, you know. I think that's really what it is. I think it's truthfully just that a lot of them don't know what I'm talking about and don't know enough about it to talk to me about it. So yeah. So they just leave and they're just uninterested because they don't want to learn about it. They just leave. So they don't go look it up. They don't go research it. They just leave and don't ever learn anything about it, you know. So everybody just continues this further perpetuating, worsening desire to just not learn anything from the previous generation. You know, that's kind of what it seems to me. It just seems like everybody wants to be right and not learn from, you know what I mean? Not learn from like legitimate sources. From somebody who's experiencing this like all the time, you know? Like I'm just yeah, because like I would just like torpedo my own channel and go on videos and rage about this not working just to say it. You know, just to do that. No, I would just play and be good and make good content. Like, what? Why wouldn't I do that? Just seems like there's too much of that, you know, too much trolling. Hello. Hello. Oh man. What to do? The internet does love cats. Yep. It's kind of funny. I'll put the cat on, and sometimes like I'll get a few concurrents in. More people will show up. You know, just because there's a cat on the screen. I would. Yes. She is very happy that somebody is petting her. I thought about that. Yeah, I thought about doing like I thought about breaking down like some fight scenes in movies and stuff, but like I just feel like everybody already did that, you know? Like there's so many people already doing it. Commentary. Yeah. Because I could. Like I said, I just feel like a lot of people are already doing that. I haven't done it. True. I have a pretty unique voice with that though. She just attacked my phone. She just attacked it. Sleeping dogs? What's that? No. What's sleeping dogs? Not sure what that is. That's a pretty good song with Zach Wilde and Corey Taylor. other than that, Sleeping Dogs, I don't know what that is. Speaking of which, did you hear that new Seven Dust album? It's like GTA, but you're a Kung Fu cop? No, I haven't seen that. I gotta check that out. It sounds pretty good. Have you So you have played it, okay. You gotta give it a shot. I'll have to check it out. I mean, I have Game Pass. I used to do these streams where I sit there for like and just sit there and try games I've never played on stream. And like, I'll play them off Game Pass, but sometimes I'll buy like like a $2 or $3 game off Steam and just try it and play it. I like to do that. And I think I have a pretty unique voice with a lot of things like that. But what I didn't realize was there was already a really popular YouTuber doing exactly that thing. So that's what I didn't realize. So that's yeah. Well, the funny thing is he's not really like he does those streams on Twitch, but yeah, he's a YouTuber too. So I didn't know that. But that's why I really do like to try like new things for the first time, like new games. Man, it sounds cool. I was pretty disappointed in Sifu. Like, the game Sifu? I was pretty disappointed in that, actually. And that was like something that I talked about playing a good bit, but then I just played it. It just wasn't very fun. Okay, that's awesome. That's actually pretty cool. I'll have to check the Sleeping Dogs out for sure. Well, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I'm just trying to think of what to do. Like what I do want to do, and I know I don't want to deal with YouTube's crap anymore, and I just feel like if I do anything gaming, I don't know. I just feel like that's what it is for some reason. I don't know why. But maybe you're right. Maybe I shouldn't. I mean, regardless, like I know I'm having like the same problem, and it is weird. I don't know what else to do except voice the concern that I really don't want to be yelling on my channel and raging out about stuff. It's just truthfully what's happening all the time. I'm like, I don't even want to be getting on my stream like super late. It's just that I ended up calling it late night streams because a lot of the time that just ends up being when I get on there by the time I do everything in the day. And then, I usually try to get on earlier, but then like there's always a problem and I have to take care of that. So then I can't do it till later in the day, and then I get on later in the day, and then I gotta do some updates or like something else will come through that I gotta do that and wait for that. And we're not talking about like internet issues. We're talking about, once again, Microsoft stopped support for spinning platter drives. So everything just is a lot slower than it used to be unless you just run solid state everything. And it really is a shame that they just force everyone to upgrade at a certain point. When it's sufficient, when what you have is sufficient. But regardless, I guess I have a decision to make. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get going too. I appreciate you coming in the chat though, coming on the live to talk, cause it helped. Thanks. Definitely. Yeah, you too, for sure. Keep in touch. All right, guys. Well, I'm not gonna sit here while my cat cleans herself. I'm gonna go in. Later. See you, Ben. Take care. I have a decision to make, guys. And I don't know quite how to make it without getting off stream and just sort of taking a look at a few things and just, getting by myself and thinking. So I'm gonna do that. And I appreciate everybody who came in the chat to support me. What is Tyler saying? Are you gonna stay or go to Twitch? Twitch is not much better. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's the issue. Twitch isn't. It's like I just don't know why YouTube has to have a problem processing videos. Why is it every time I do an upload? Why can't they just fix that problem once and for all for good? Just slapping progress bars on the standard definition, the HD definition, the 4K definition. They're just slapping as I was complaining about this stuff on my stream throughout the years, all they do is slap more indicators on there to show me the progress. That's sort of what their response has been over the years. They slap more indicators in there to show me, oh, this standard definition's this much processed, the HD is this much processed. And it's funny, like I complain about it and that's what they do. But then I get on the stream and actually show that no, it's not this, it's the, literally it's not processing, and then they finally actually fix it. So truthfully, whoever I'm sending this to, whoever I'm sending this feedback to, truthfully, they're not doing the right things.